Hello SueTube, it is me, Super Trooper, and I am back with episode 2 of SUEVIEWS. This time I am reviewing episode 2, which is a design challenge. Now, I don't really have the credentials to judge that, but I'm going to give it a good go. And it must be the season of the witch, because in the studio with me today, I have none other than my best friend, my drag sister. It's Koko Popperz. So without further ado, let's crack on with the video. Who's the queen of camp? Sue! Who's dressed like a tramp? Sue! Who's a garbie cow? Sue! She's on YouTube now! Woo! Right, come on now, the video's starting. Hello SueTube! I am back for episode 2 of SUEVIEWS, where I am recapping every episode of Drag Race UK season 6. And joining me today, she is the reason for the season. She is my sister,
your nepo baby,
my nepo baby, my bestie, my confidant. Koko Popperz is in the studio.
Hey, how we doing?
I'm good, darling. How are you?
I'm really honoured to be here. It's a big chat. I feel like I'm on Graham Norton and I'm going to tell a shit story and then get thrown out.
Well, yeah, I feel confident that you'll tell a shit story today.
I'm consistent.
But it's great to have you here because we've been doing the thing together since we started pretty much.
Since my day dot. You booked me for my first ever drag gig.
Yeah.
So you've got to blame her.
She's an OG queen of camp. She's been my DJ since day dot as well. And yeah, we've had many opportunities together.
Yeah.
Comedy, lip syncing, hosting together.
And now we live together as well.
Yeah.
It's kind of like prison with alligator.
Shockingly. There's still time for that one. But yeah, we decided to just go the whole hog and just bloody move in as well. Why not?
Yeah, it's a drag queen house.
Yeah.
It's chaotic, but full of glitter.
Yeah, and I just knew once I started doing this, I was like, I'm going to have Koko 1 week. And you look gorgeous.
Thank you so much. I'm on universal credit and I don't have a job, so I've got plenty of time in the day to get into drag. So.
I love it. You look the most expensive you've ever looked. I'm on universal credit.
Oh yeah. Please don't review my claim. I'm claiming everything.
So have you been enjoying season 6?
I have been enjoying season 6. I think the UK just has this je ne sais quoi about it. This kind of rough and ready. Even if people are starting to look more glamorous and more Americanised, the humour is still like Smithy's bastard wig in a Blackpool pub.
Yeah, the
essence
1996.
Is you know what I mean? Yeah, that's what carries it. Yeah, and I think you notice on Twitter and on YouTube comments and that, loads of people internationally are like, oh yeah, UK's one of my favourites. UK's one of my favourite seasons.
Yeah.
And I think it's like what we may have in Crunch. We also make up for in just good-heartedness and spirit, in humour and like comedy and stuff. So, and that's my kind of drag. You've got the Koko Popperz, the not-so-famed queen of fashion, to judge the bought episode today.
Yeah.
But the comedy of the UK is what I love the most. So.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like it's kind of like more of a surprise in the US if someone's funny. Yeah. They stand out for being funny. You stand out in the UK one for not being funny. Yeah. Because everyone's just got funny bones. Like.
Yeah. I want my drag queens entertaining, and entertaining to me is like a good hearty laugh.
Yeah, I agree.
So, a wheeze, a guffaw, if you will.
A hearty chuckle. Chuckle. So episode 1 was fierce. Yep. I really love all the girls. Any standouts for you so far?
I'm quite interested in Kai Youngman. Is that her out of drag? She's cute, really cute. I like the 80s bomb jacket and the confessional look is doing bits. But yeah, everyone's pretty fun. I think Lavoie, I think the standout in the cabaret. Yeah, you can tell she's been on the fucking Tom's Cook cruises since day dot. Grafton since day one, and yeah, she's polished, and I think the challenge of cabaret really suited her a lot.
I agree.
And Lil, she's kind of like if Tim Burton directed an episode of Coronation Street, but like that sort of character that you get.
That is so accurate.
And what a great fucking drag persona to have.
Yeah.
She's a bit of an gaff queen as well.
Yeah.
In a way.
Kind of like stoner energy, but like also you can tell really like loves the craft and is like good at it.
Hypnol and glitter, you know.
But just no like affectations, no yes mamas, just like
I am. I think it can be a bit of that in the UK version.
Yeah.
Where it's like I'm sorry, aren't you from Carlisle?
Yeah.
Like why are you speaking like
why are you saying work?
You better work, Diva Mama.
Yeah, why are you saying that when you're from Basingstoke? Like,
Yeah.
be so for real.
So I quite like, Lil's got the British drag sensibility for me.
I agree.
Perfect.
10 out of 10. It's week 2. They all walk in the workroom. They had the lip sync, but no elimination, which I am honestly here for. I think everyone deserves at least 2 episodes.
Let them marinate.
Yeah.
Because they did that. I remember them doing that with, was it last season? With Alexa St. Pete when she was the first one out.
Yeah.
I would have been so sad if she went out on the first episode,
Yeah.
but then which she was kind of like heading towards, but then she got another episode to like do her thing, and I think it was then her time to go.
Yeah.
So I think just letting people cook just a little bit, show another runway, something else. I like that.
Let them show at least one of the 20K's worth of outfits they've brought. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just think like you're not even letting them have their 15 minutes.
Yeah.
If they're just eliminated first.
It's like a revolving door in and out.
I'm here for it. When people complain about it, I get it, but I'm like, let them on.
The only ones complaining are the fucking competitors because they want to get it closer.
Yeah, which I get, but
be sisterly.
Yeah, like put yourself in that position. Yes. If you were going first, you would be thankful for that grace of having another week, you know?
There we go.
So yeah, they all walk in and off the bat, Karen's feeling confident. She knows that she is that bitch, to be honest.
Yeah, a running theme.
I kind of respect it.
I think there's a fine line between, because obviously people want their drag queens to exude confidence. That's kind of why people are into drag. They kind of see people that are just so confident within themselves doing their thing, and they're drawn to that, right?
Yeah.
But it's a fine line, and we both do it all the time, of having that fierce attitude and then coming off like a bit of an arrogant prick.
Yeah.
I think Karen is close to the line.
Yeah, I agree.
I think they're edging towards the line.
Yeah.
I think they've sniffed half the line and they're coming up for a little bit of a dust off and deciding whether to do the rest of it.
French manicure, white residual.
She's bumping that, and I think she should take a bathroom break later on in the night.
Not that type of bathroom break, an actual break.
But she is fierce.
She's so fierce.
And I think there's an element that she referred to last week. She had some marmalade. Not me sniffing, not me snorting.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's a bit of a PTSD.
Brad Summer took over.
No, it's Christine Gale. No, what he's saying.
Yeah, of course. Pumpkin spice latte wig.
Very good. She said to Marmalade, well, do you not think you're going to win?
Yeah.
Something along the lines of that. And it's like, well, yeah, that is a good attitude to step into the competition with. But a little bit of, I mean, I'm a Buddhist, so I'm all about humility.
Yeah.
And, you know, ego death and all that kind of shit.
Yeah,
so
maybe it doesn't make you, like, super compelled to
force
warm to the
like
person.
Yeah,
like, as a viewer or as another queen in the competition, like, it can be a bit off-putting, but...
And I don't want to be vomit-inducing, like, the judges want to see some vulnerability, because I fucking hate that shit, but maybe a sprinkle, maybe a dusting.
Yeah, a sprinkle of humility goes a long way.
Yeah.
Not that I would know. But I think the girls are intimidated by Cara, and rightfully so. Rue seems to like her, she's got fashion, she's funny, like, she's clearly, like, ready to do Drag Race. And
she likes bins.
I don't really love that, Brandon, but... Well, I don't really like when they go too heavy-handed with it. So even like way back in the day, Monet, Sponge Queen, Monique, Brown Cow, it wore thin pretty quick because it's like taking a moment that is like funny and or like something that you're like slightly known for online and building your brand on it is smart because
but you kind of want something more organic.
Yeah, like who are you other than that? Like we know that you like had a funny TikTok. I don't know, but I do like her. I think she's fierce. And Lavoie was killing me because Lavoie was like, is anyone else exhausted already? And I was like, I know you're a bit older girl, but it's week 2.
Get that HRT flowing on them and let's go. Because we've got a few more weeks of you, because you're doing well, so you just won, you're not going out anytime.
You can't be too tired, love, because you're probably in it for the long haul.
Yeah.
But I mean...
Oil them joints, and let's go.
Get some WD-40 if you grand. Also, it was killing me when Lil had the doll and they were like, did you enjoy that? No.
I think she needs to do more with that doll. I think she should be shading people left and right through the conduit of the doll, so she can't get blamed.
It's a free pass.
Yeah.
It's like Maddie and Maddie.
Your eyebrows are fucking terrible out drag people with the doll.
Well, Rue's already said that, so...
I know, mean.
We don't need the doll to say it.
Mean!
I know.
You
step on
millionaire. Be quiet, this is a 21-year-old child.
No, it is. So, the girls walk into the workroom. I've got to say, Charity's workroom outfits.
I'm loving them.
There was an eyesore in the room.
No, I think you've got to brand yourself your boy outfits as well as your queen looks, and I think she's doing. I think they're cute.
No,
she's giving CBeebies presenter.
Yeah.
She's giving cabin crew.
Milkshake.
Flight.
Very milkshake.
Very milkshake. Very cabin crew on acid. And you know what? I think she's looking really cute as well.
No, I agree.
And sex sells. And if your fetish is primary colours, I've got a queen for you.
Yeah, if you like painting.
Red, blue, yellow.
Anyone who's into painting, you know where to go. But I do think Kara's got the girls all a bit shook.
I know.
Scared, shook, panicking.
They're good, scared, scowled, found a ditch, bald, shaking.
Good to know that you're the shit, and you're a bit of a cocky slag, aren't you?
But her foot's off the gas.
Yeah.
Because she knows that she's going to be safe.
Yeah.
She's bunning zoots backstage.
Of course, because immunity.
Yeah, because she's immune.
I keep forgetting about that. What I'm actually enjoying so far, it's feeling a little bit Americanized, but I think in all the best ways. Like, they're pumping a bit more money into it. Mm-hmm. They're bringing back little tropes like immunity and like the non-Olin even. Like, I just think it's like, I am enjoying those little touches that make it feel a bit more of a spectacle even.
Well, because I think this is a psychological twist of giving somebody the immunity and seeing how they behave, seeing how the other girls behave. Because Miss Kyra in this whole episode is like,
even on the
it gaff, absolute it gaff to the core.
Yeah.
And it's that makes it more reality TV for moi.
Yeah, exactly. Well, of course, because you're playing with their emotions. Yes. Not just Kyra's, but the others who might feel the same type of way. Yes. Watching them be immune from a challenge that they could have been immune from and all that. So anyone who was like close to winning last week might be like, damn.
Exactly.
So it's let's bring on the psychological warfare. Because
I want like Stanford prison experiment level.
You'd fit right in. Pass around.
Drop the soap. Drop the soap.
You throwing the soap. But yeah, I'm really into it. I think they're really fierce. And do you know what? Good for you, girl. The challenge we are learning this week is a design challenge. Yeah. Throw up again for me, girl. But yeah, what I really appreciated about this though is they made them pick teams first.
Yeah, I know.
Such good TV.
It's good because now you know that it's not every detail is produced.
Yeah.
Completely produced. That was randomness, that was fate, and they didn't know what the challenge was going to be, and they just grabbed everyone like they were fleeing the Titanic.
Grabbing their mates.
Yeah. Or not grabbing their mates. And that's my favourite bit when people when you get some dog and you're like, oh, okay, oh yeah, sure. I'm really glad that you picked me. And you're thinking you don't want to be anywhere near that skank.
Because it can be quite nice as well, because it can like push people to work together who wouldn't normally, and then they end up being sisters and all that good stuff. So,
or it drags other people down into the bottom.
Exactly.
Which I love to see.
Which is more like what we want. But I did really appreciate as well how, because usually I would say if it's a group challenge, your assumption would be that it would be comedy or writing or something. Like they don't often do. They have done it before. They don't often do group challenges for sewing.
No.
So that was clever from the production team, because I think they were all like, right, who's going to be good crack and funny here?
Yeah.
Then
and then all three seamstresses ended up in the same team.
I know they were like.
So that means that they are going to smash it, and we are going to get some dogs, dinners. It's going to be Westminster Kennel Club for some of those troops down that runway.
But enough about Octavia, Chiron and Zahara. They're the ones who had me most worried when I was like, okay. Because they were like very like, Zahara's the seamstress of the group, which I don't know her sewing ability, but I know the other two don't. So that's a lot of pressure for her. But I think the premise of the challenge basically is they've broken them into like rooms in Rue's house. Rooms. We keep referencing Alexandra Gregg saying there's an elephant in the room. So if we keep doing that every time we say room, this is us letting you in the room so that you can join in on the joke at home.
So which result was in boxes?
So the boxes were like different rooms in Rue's mansion. So it was like the games room.
There was a poker chip in the room.
Then there was the disco room.
There was a mirror ball in the room.
Then we had Michelle's room in the basement.
There was a pair of fluffy handcuffs in the room.
And then finally we had Zen, Wellness and Spa Room.
There was some campus grasp in the room.
You done? Which room would you want?
I think the spa room is a good vibe.
Yeah.
I think, because I'm very much a nam yo ho renge ho. I'm a qualified yoga teacher, you know, and I'll get all my crystals out, you know, amethyst, obsidian, math, take your pick. So I think that would be a good box to choose from. Disco as well is, I think that's pretty easy.
I'd want Michelle. My favourite colour is animal print.
It was Michelle. It was all Michelle.
It was all Michelle. If anyone should be blamed, it's Michelle. But I would want like leopard print, and there was a lot of red.
Yeah, and to go to S&M. I mean, a lot of my drag is S&M, witchy S&M.
I think it says a lot about us that we could probably do all of them. Really, I don't know if I would want the games room.
I mean, in theory, yeah, but in practice, I would be.
Awful.
At this job.
I mean, solely in style and vibe. We could not. We'd be going home. Basically.
The games room, that was just absolute dog's dinner. What was going on in there? The colours, greens.
And green's my favourite colour, but that green.
Yeah.
No.
This thing tend to wear obviously black and silver, pink and purple.
Yeah.
Mainly.
I'm a lot of neon.
Maybe orange.
A lot of neon, a lot of animal print, but yeah, you're not really catching me in
green.
Bottle green, scratchy material.
Yeah, white people don't look good in green.
Well,
often.
I hope they do, because I wear green.
Oh, yeah.
But I do like a sage green or like an olive.
In the room.
I think if you wear it with a red wig, it just goes out Irish.
Yeah.
Pasty skin, red hair.
Oh, that's true. No, if you're pale and you got a ginger wig on.
Yeah, I think that's
you look really good actually.
Like an exception.
Like an emerald green.
But yeah, they're all in the teams. Some of them are bricking it, as they should be, because it's a terrifying challenge. But they're so lucky to get to work in teams.
Yep.
Because even though it's 3 looks, so the premise of the challenge is 3 looks in a collection. So coordinating but not the same vibe, walking as a fashion house. So you still have to make 3 looks, but they were all able to help each other, which we'll get to. But like, that would be such a like weight lift if you were
riding on those tailcoats.
Yeah.
Like a soggy piece of toilet paper.
Yeah. So I'm loving
steamroll through to week 3.
I'm loving Lil and just how real she is. Like her being like, how posh is your house, Drew?
Well, we know how posh her house is because we've all seen that Architectural Digest video where she lives in Biltmore, apparently. Insane. National Trust on steroids.
I'm going to start fracking. So yeah, I'm excited about this challenge. Some of the girls are in trouble, but I'm excited to see basically what Lil's team come up with.
Yeah, who's going to do that team? Marmalade with her Phoebe Waller-Bridge looking self is going to steamroll.
She is very Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
I don't know if you know, but Chanel's a seamstress.
She made all of her looks, but Marmalade made all but one. So it's obviously just less impressive than Chanel making them all. Yeah. So we are back in the workroom. They're opening all their boxes, looking at all their materials. Not gonna lie, a lot of it looked like crap, but I'm sure they get like bolts of fabric that we didn't see and stuff. Like they're obviously gonna make it look like. I think. Well, I mean, some of the stuff that the end results were made out of, like we didn't.
You didn't recognise. Yeah, that's true.
I mean, they just show us beach balls and like girls being like, "This fabric's ugly. Is it yours, Lebois?" You know, stuff like that. So I was a bit like, God, that looks like hard, and I'm sure it was. But we see them all getting all their fabrics. Miss Chanel O'Connor has been very vocal.
I love her, by the way.
Yeah.
I find her very cute out of drag as well.
She looks like Archie the Inventor of Balmoral. She was wearing a pink jumper in her confessional, Archie the Inventor. And Scotland.
Also hot.
Yeah.
No, but Archie was the one English one. He was the one immigrant to that island.
Oh, so she's like reverse.
Yeah.
Archie
reverse Archie. I reverse Archie.
You would. I believe that you would. But yeah, I do love her too, in the sense that I'm like, she's bringing good TV, but I am seeing heavy seeds of a villain edit right
Yeah, that's what we want. We need like a pantomime, like
yeah, someone who's like,
not seriously, but
I won't be mad if I don't win, but I would be happy that like I kind of live because
she's been messy. She's playing mind games, and that's part and parcel of it.
No,
and
I
think it's fair enough. Like.
Yeah, no, I agree. So the 3 categories of the fashion house, we've got like CEO, so is it Lady Boss?
Lady Boss.
Then we've got cocktail attire, cocktail dress. And then we had like evening gown, red carpet, Met Gala, yada 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 yada.
Mm-hmm.
Which one would you want?
None.
If you had to say something.
Is like BDSM witch an option? Or like a loincloth and pasties?
Yeah, no, I didn't think that was one of the three, unfortunately.
Okay.
I would think I'd be gravitating to Lady Boss. Like, let's take skill set out of it.
Well then, fair enough.
Because I'm just, we're not there.
Yeah.
But which one would you?
And you would do that as well.
Yeah.
Go with no skill set.
Not too much, but I would. But I think for me, like for my drag, like I do love like a pointed shoulder.
Yeah, that's quite you.
I do like a blazer cut.
You do like a Sigourney Weaver working girl.
Yeah, like Lady Boss, but in the House of Michelle.
Sure. Would
just be my zebra print Houston look, but amplified.
I don't know what I would choose because I think that cocktail dresses are probably more what I would usually wear in drag because I like getting my. Coco's very bum body hair and bulge. So, I mean, not that they would probably appreciate that on the show, but that's usually my silhouette. But I think it's hard to win a challenge and do well in just a cocktail dress.
No, I agree. I think they say that in the show.
Yeah, I think usually red carpet looks are more wowzer. You can play more with the silhouette and the textures and different fabrics and that kind of thing. But if I was there, I would maybe think, let's do something sleek and simple and get myself just to the next episode. Yeah. So I don't really know.
But yeah, I was kind of mad that the three seamstresses were together just because I was like, it kind of feels unfair, but again, it was fate.
No, but I want to see some absolute honkers walking down that runway.
Yeah.
I want to see some Kirksville cancer research mess coming down. I want to see a bit
Sue Ryder.
Yeah, I want to see or Super Trooper. I want to see Super Trooper coming down that runway.
Wow.
Age 13 and up, Halloween costume, like rags and tags. The bird woman from Mary Poppins.
Yes, I want Ness. But I was thinking about the other girls and I was like, you'd be fuming. You'd be like, why did I not pick Chanel? Why did I not pick Lil?
Yeah.
Although I think some of them would rather be in the bottom than be on the team with Chanel.
Yeah, I think so. She's cracking that whip, that girl.
She is.
She's running a sweatshop
over
there. There is no fair trade.
There was a sweat in the shop.
There was a sweat in the shop, yes. This was not very ethical.
Yeah, because she was definitely peacocking about. Yeah. And this is what I'm going to do. This is what.
Like, girls over there, I don't see you working with those machines. Would you like to switch them all?
At one point, she was like, just for me. Just for me, who sews? I was like, watch me just for you, just so I can read the dog shit out of anyone who doesn't who sews.
She's like the Gestapo with a needle and thread. And you know what? I'm here for it! I'm here for it! I'm really here for it.
Give us good TV! Thank you, Chanel O'Connor, for your services. Because we need someone to be the messy one. I gravitate to the messy ones. Okay, so now Rue is talking to the girls. Rue, poor Octavia.
That is workplace bullying. And I think she should be bringing up an HR complaint with BBC.
It's a shame.
She worked for Man Gravington, Strictly. She needs to. It's awful.
It's a shame though, because something tells me the HR for Drag Race is Michelle.
It was Michelle. It was all Michelle.
She'll take Rue's side. I mean, Octavia's eyebrows are vertical almost, but I think they suit her look. She's severe.
I mean,
even out of drag, I like it.
It's not your focus when you're there, is it? You know, you're trying to get as many episodes as you can on your Wikipedia page. You want that 25k. Some people, to get their makeup on and done and they got on stage, that's what they need to do.
Exactly.
We don't need a millionaire pensioner.
No.
Bullying 21-year-old children.
I think also, like, I have respect for the girls that shave their eyebrows off. Because we're the same out of drag.
I would like to, have a sex life.
Yeah.
You know.
So, I mean, she's given herself the task of
we should be commending this girl for the dedication to the show by sacrificing parts of her face.
And also, like, she's given herself the task of every single day having to draw her eyebrows on. So sometimes they may look a little crazy and they have to look the same.
For the continuity, so the producers could muck around with the compression.
No, exactly. No. So that is pressure. I mean...
But she took it like a champ. She
did. She laughed it off. You've got to, haven't you? But I love when we talk to the girls because some of the excuses some of the girls were coming up with. Lisa said something along the lines like, I'm not a sewer, but it's always been a dream of mine to be able to be alright at it.
Yeah, people want to say everything but no.
Yeah.
I've always been intrigued about the construction of gowns, and I have been someone that has purchased fashion for a long time. In fact, this has even led me to indeed having a sewing machine and examining the tools and things needed to construct a look.
I have a
No, you can't sew.
roll of fabric in my room.
In my room?
And I know people who sew, and sewing is something that happens on Drag Race, and I would like to try, so no.
Yeah, just hot glue it, girl.
But I also understand it because you've got like RuPaul there.
Because you don't show and sew and you put your audition tape in.
But yeah,
I
can understand the feeling the need in the moment to say all the right things to Ru, and just like Octavia was like exactly what you just did basically. She was like, yeah, so like I've never sat down and made an outfit. There's the answer. But she then added like, but I've definitely played around with.
There was an epilogue, you know, there was part 2, there was an appendix and a PS.
I mean, her drag mum is Roger, so I expected her to have had at least a little crash course.
Yeah, but this is the thing, I think where the girls are now, when they go on the show, is that you go and you understand the sewing machine in all its parts. So you can basically just get by without having to do a La bag look.
Yeah, that's what you want.
You know, but doesn't mean you can like line fabric and all this kind of thing. You know,
that's part of the challenge, is knowing what your skill level is and making the best outfit you can with that skill level.
Yeah.
Then we actually ended up having a really sad moment. Our
Saki went down under.
She did. And honestly, I mean, we're Leeds girls, so we know who Saki is.
Yeah.
We don't know her super well, but you know, we like her. She's lovely.
She's unproblematic.
Yeah, she's a nice queen as far as I know. And she's unfortunately leaving the competition. And do you know what? It's just so lame that it's from falling in the shower. It's not even like she lip synced in her knee like Victoria Stone. Like, I felt so bad for her. I think she came across so well the way she talked about it, because she was like, it's my decision.
So I'm gonna give to Simon, what you get?
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave, but I need to put my health first. And you know what? Because she's a dancer, and you can't be mucking around with injuries when you're a dancer. Because if she had pushed herself forward, she could have made that injury worse and never dance again.
Exactly.
So even for a 25k, not worth it.
She made the right decision, but I just felt really sad for her because she was upset, and you know,
and
it's a shit way to go.
Prep that you have to do. I mean, we're going to still see all her looks, and she's got her name on TV, and hopefully she can maybe come back for next season. You never know. But yeah, it's really. I can't imagine how disappointed you would feel.
You would be crushed.
She also didn't get to show the universe her nasty, horrible, crusty side, if it does exist.
This is the thing.
So maybe she actually got out at a bad time. We didn't find out that she's a massive narcissistic.
Yeah, I was actually saying this to Chara last week. I said, I think being second out is worse than being first out. Or being like second to fifth out is worse than being first out, because when you're a pork chop, you have that like stamp of almost like anonymity, where it's like people are like, well, we never got to see anything from them other than whatever challenge one was. So I feel like, even though Saki is technically the pork chop, but obviously it's different.
So dangle the carrot and like left you wanting more.
Exactly, because now people are like, oh, we never got to see what you can do. Yeah. We root for her, but I think she's would have done well in like the musical, and like she's a pro, so she probably would have smashed a few of the performance challenges. But now all we can do is assume she would have, and rather than potentially seeing her not do well. So we're saying goodbye to our Saki, sending her all of our love.
Good day, mate.
Good day, mate. Crikey, that's going to be difficult.
Consider yourself,
no,
mate.
I cannot do Australian. I can barely do English. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
kicked her off. No.
Yeah. Now, I thought there was a nice little bit of foreshadowing, because all of the team who had the Zen rooms, so Chanel, Lil and Marmalade, are very excited. They're talking about how they're all seamstresses. We all have different strengths. We're all doing a different like task each, you know, playing to our strengths. And I just thought that was interesting, considering what goes down later on the runway.
It's almost like the editors know what they're doing.
It's crazy. They're really good. I might need to like look into getting some help. And then we had a lovely little mirror chat with Chara, Kiki, Lavoie.
We did. I love this conversation so much, actually.
I do too.
Because we forget how often, also how quickly the art form of drag has changed in such a short amount of time.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, Lavoie's only talking about starting drag in 2004. Granted, it was 20 years ago, but...
She's only 43, do you know?
Yeah, it's not like RuPaul era,
No.
you know. And you hear about people kind of the pre-Drag Race hype. You couldn't get dates as a drag queen in the gay community. People thought you were weird, and people thought it was just always going to be a segue into being like transgender and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, there was just such a lack of understanding. This is from what I've heard from people of that era. And yeah, I think Lavoie, being an older queen, has that perspective of like a connection to like the past.
Yeah.
It's changed the game in Drag Race so much.
Has.
Whether you love it, whether you hate it.
Yeah.
It's been so influential.
It really has. It's really thrown the art form into the mainstream, and we are like a product of that even, and we exist as drag queens in that space. Like we know, like, and we do take it for granted because why wouldn't you? That's all we've ever known. But it's refreshing to see someone who, by the way, is only 15 years older than me. She's only what, 18
That's
years
like
older
our
than
age
you.
gap.
Like, it's not, for the record. This bitch is 3 years younger than me. You'd think it was.
I'll never let her forget it. I'll never.
But
We're a different generation, Gen Z, millennial.
She is less than 20 years older than both of us, so it's not that crazy.
No.
But I do really appreciate her perspective too, and saying things like you had to move to London if you wanted to pursue a career, because that's just where drag was.
Yeah,
like, it's crazy to think that.
Why is there no local drag?
There was no local scene. I'm sure there was. I'm sure she's generalising, but like the gist is the same. Like, we get the point that she's making. It's that like that was the centre of the universe for drag, because.
Thank God it's not now, otherwise we wouldn't have queens like Lil existing.
No, exactly.
But you do get this element of this seeing old camp drags naff sometimes performing today. Like, I remember this conversation reminded me of this when I was hosting this bingo and this like one table of like kind of old, like 50-year-olds. It was nice. But the one guy was like, "Oh God, what are you performing today?" I am what I am. I was like, What about my drag makes you think I'm going to come out and do like Shirley Bassey? Love Shirley Bassey. But I was hosting a bingo, just like probably a bit more, kind of more BDSM or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's just like that. Is this kind of like working man pub drag is just still seared into like straight people's heads. Especially older straight people.
I think
they haven't clicked on that there's been a renaissance.
Yeah, I think straight people don't really, I'm not saying maliciously, but don't really value it as an art form. They just think of it as like a camp form of entertainment, and a lot of their only point of reference, as you say, is that.
Dan in the room.
But it's so.
Lenny Savage, icons, obviously.
Of course, right? But like, there's so much more to it now. Right? And also, I feel like it's so funny to me because I Am What I Am is that generation's version of us now with like This Is Me from The Greatest Showman. But it's true. I think people view it as like old school versus new school drag, but what's actually the full tea here from two working drag queens who know what they're doing is actually that we have like generations aside. It's just like within the art form, you just have like your subcategories. So you do have more. I don't want to call it run of the mill, but run of the mill, just like. Easy to digest. Let me do a song about pride.
Palatable.
Let me put slurs all over my outfit and pull rainbow flags out my breasts, which I have done before. Like, we've all done little tropes here and there. But yeah, because you're not proud of who you are, so why would you? It doesn't make any sense. Obviously, that's just a bit more classic drag, and that still exists. And it's not an age thing. We have some sisters who do very classic drag, glamour.
On the younger end of the spectrum.
Exactly, like I think
locals.
There's both types and all types of drag in every age kind of thing. So that conversation.
Protect where we're at.
Chara's one of the youngest, I believe. She's only 23 when they were filming. So to see that like either end connecting, it was just really lovely, and
for sure.
I love both of them as well. I really like Kiki too. So. Lovely conversation. I love the mirror chats, honestly.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're a bit dreary and a bit dry.
We've had good ones. Lucia last week conversation, the Asian Queen conversation. Yeah. Very important. And now, yeah, I think the UK ones tend to be good because I think sometimes the US ones are a bit self-indulgent and like
corny.
A bit corny. Yeah, it's very like this is me. Oh,
yeah. It's all very like I had to learn how to fight.
We're more self-deprecating.
Whereas we're like and I, you know, historically we've had like HIV conversations on there, just like conversations around what it really is like to be a drag performer and boundaries and consent and people not really knowing how to interact with people because
and you
seeing us as a bit of a plaything.
And you have to remember that a lot of the audience of Drag Race are the people that come to your gigs, which are not always queer people. It is huns and mums and like the boyfriend of someone who's more into drag and he's just they're just like branching in his bed and he's there watching, and so it does make a difference and it's really cool. Like, it's probably the first time a lot of people with Bimini and Ginny Lemon like understood about non-binary.
I agree, and I've talked about this before with specifically HIV for me, but generally speaking about what we're saying, it is a trickle-down effect, and the queers, generally speaking, they already know what you're talking about. You know, you're not educating them, but it is the people that you're talking about that will not know that will go, oh, and then they'll tell one person, and we see actual like possibility of an acting change. So I love those kinds of chats, and I really appreciate the girls for like being vulnerable and sharing like their versions of what drag is to them and what it's done to their life. You know.
But now let's go to the runway and see
let's get to the meat! So, runway time! Boom! Boom, boom! Boom, 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 boom. So, Rue Michelle looked gorgeous. That's a given.
Kristen McMenemy. I remember you when you were nothing.
Yeah, because she was on last year, wasn't she?
Yes.
And
they've got her back.
That line has got her back, I think.
Yeah, and also I think she's actually friends with Rue.
Yeah.
So, and he's old and rich enough to just do what he wants, so he'll just bring her back. And she's fabulous, she looks great, and it's kind of like your crazy, like, who likes a bit of a drink, got kind of swept up by Schiaparelli or someone and just put into like the Milan Fashion Week. Yeah. That's what she's given.
I love her.
She's kooky and gorgeous.
And she was very sweet on the panel as well. So,
and with good critiques.
Yes, agreed. She knows what she's talking about, exactly. So, what we're going to be doing all season on SUEVIEWS is, we'll talk about each look, what we like about it, what we don't, and then we're going to give each queen a camp, ding, or a damp. For example here, camp and damp.
Well, we'll let the audience decide.
I mean, let's ask the audience.
Let's ask the audience.
So, first up we have the games room, which was the House of Cards.
Your life is like a deck of cards and it's all going to come crashing down.
So, House of Cards. First up we had, let's do it together, Zahara! Honestly, genius branding.
It's not on my head.
I have not stopped
Enter the void with me, enter the void with me.
Oh yeah, you're a stand.
I read that as Karen Armitage.
You're responsible for like half of the 25 streams. Zahara looked gorgeous.
She looked great.
The dress was.
Rumour has it you were a seamstress.
Yeah.
Is this true? I mean, she was good. It was good. It was a good look.
Yeah, I actually don't think there was anything wrong with the sewing from what I could see, but it was just. This is what we say about cocktail dressing. You can yassify them and make them interesting, but
it's hard to do so.
It is a bit harder because you're kind of, the theme is the silhouette as well. You kind of have to do a certain length and like vibe with it.
Yeah.
So I think she did a serviceable job. Like, what else would you have done with what was given?
Yeah, if they didn't have any more fabric, then fair enough.
Yeah.
Because the fabric was just drab. It was not nice. It was not fun to look at. It wasn't really flattering on any of them. It was like quite simple.
Serviceable is the word.
Simple, decibel,
simple. Love you, Zahara. For me, it's a soft camp. It was camp.
Sure, yeah, I'll go with the same thing.
Following, we had Kyran Thrax, who.
Oh, I'm so happy for her that she's got immunity. She did.
I was going to say she should have been.
Squeezed every juice of that immunity.
I will say she walked out and I was really like, yes, about the silhouette and the wig. The wig was stunning.
Oh, I love the wig. Yes.
I love that kind of stuff. But I actually think the outfit was a bit of a mess.
Yeah.
I saw what she was going for. She had the tie. It was mensweary.
Yeah.
I didn't really like it, to be
Yeah.
honest.
I mean, it was obviously like high concept, difficult
Proper
execution.
yeah.
But I mean, probably what you said before about her being someone who's a designer and a sketcher and can bring a good idea to somebody,
Yeah.
but like doesn't actually have the skills themselves to craft. So
Yeah.
you know, if she had taken that sketch to designer, it would have been a sell.
It was a damp for me, I think. If I'm talking about the outfit.
Yeah, the outfit was.
Neck up, no notes. I love the blue in the makeup here.
I'm going to be Gottmik and going with everything you say.
Take sides and be a woman!
I agree, yeah.
But yeah, it's a soft damp. I didn't
Yeah.
hate it or anything.
A meh.
Let's have a hard dump. It's Miss Octavia.
Ah! Oh!
Love you, girl.
I love Octavia so much. The crotch strap, especially, was so.
Ooh.
But she knew it. I mean, who cares? Like,
Yeah.
That's what I would do. I could go out to outfit and just be like, woo!
Yeah. It's your ability to talk your way out of it as well as part of it.
Yeah, and I think she
It
smashed
is.
that. In fairness.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, hot glue. I can only hot glue myself, so I'm an expert in that. And yeah, it was a mess. You know, she looked a mess.
Yeah.
Cut shuffle deal.
Do you know what it was? It was a
I would be
countdown.
folding. It's a countdown.
It was a countdown.
It's a countdown.
Which
Yeah.
I appreciate, but yeah.
Collect your chips. You have gone bust.
Yeah.
And exit the casino.
Yeah.
Stage left.
Insert more poker references here. So next up was the Michelle Visage and my
House of
favourite one.
Stella McCartney.
Stella.
Yeah, Stella like Stella McCartney.
Yeah, I get that part, but like,
Who's
why
based
Stella?
on-
Oh! Right.
We have a mixed ability group on the podcast here today. And there's room for everybody.
Yeah.
Let's just say
Performers,
that.
non-performers,
Yeah,
whatever it may be.
yeah, with a degree, without a degree.
Oh my god. This is a reminder. Well, who was in this house? We had the gorgeous Charity coming out first.
Our sister, yes.
She looked great.
Very passable look compared to what we'd seen on.
Okay.
I was transported into Paris Fashion Week because of the first three looks that we saw.
Yeah.
So she had a very good place in them.
Yeah.
And I thought it was completely passable, like nice silhouette.
Cool sleeves, that looked hard to make.
Looked pretty put together and probably the best in the group.
She had a chain on one hip and then one on the opposite shoulder, so she did all the things that they always talk about.
Really had an orgasm because they're obsessed with asymmetrical.
Yeah.
silhouette. I know what I'm doing on the show.
And she had like the matching panty, like when the two brides up,
that was fun.
same fabric.
I like that.
Which I think is good to potentially sell. It's a big fat camp from me, honestly.
Yeah, she did well.
And I'm not even being biased.
Yeah.
I did think the little dinky champagne flute was maybe unnecessary, but I also get
I think it's camp.
the need to have an accessory and have something, you know.
Yeah, I think I think if you can't really construct super well, like having little dinky accessories can be good.
Yeah.
Can be bad.
No, yeah, I don't think it distracted or anything, but
you know, I did make it like something.
take or leave in it. So yeah, next up we had Lavoir. It wasn't good, was it?
What is this?
Yeah,
It was kind of a messy Beyonce Renaissance look take.
Yeah, yeah.
Get groped and build a bear. What is going on? complete.
I was
Kind of ruined the look,
across
to be honest.
Knowsley Safari Park. Yeah, I think the pause were unnecessary.
It really cheapened the look.
Cheapened the look. It was like, let me add a teddy bear to my already only okay look.
Yeah,
You know?
she didn't do quite so well.
But I do think,
But the rest of it would have been kind of passable, I think.
yeah, she was nowhere near the bottom really. She was a solid safe.
Yeah.
Maybe a soft down for me.
Yeah.
I would not wear it.
I think it was down.
I hate that bottle red. Like, looks so red here that it's so like artificial.
The Sharon Osbourne.
Yeah, like have a bit of a root
A
or a
root.
gingerness in there to make it look like actual hair colour. It looks so plasticky.
Red wig and a
Bad dress.
gropey safari dress. I do think.
But to be fair, she didn't do as badly as the next girl. God love her.
And this would be me though. Because you know what? I actually, when Kiki Snatch came out, I was like, oh, I love the headpiece. Until everyone started saying how crap the headpiece was, and I was like, oh, that is pretty terrible.
Because it's just a bowl.
That's my taste level. That's what level. That's my. I would not be humble. I would not be beautiful.
The taste level was levelling.
It was, yeah. So I kind of empathise with her because I feel like I would do something like what she came out in, which was, you know, not great.
No, I also love how she looked.
Yeah.
I feel fierce. So.
I think also that is a good attitude and a good like kind of Brooklyn Heights on the Snatch Game situation.
Yeah.
Fake it till you make it.
Agree.
But yeah, she sort of rolled around in her box, could have having PVA glue, and just saw fabric stuck to her corset.
Yeah, I can't believe it was a heavy damp.
Yeah, I like the washing pattern,
but
yeah, pretty shapeless.
yeah, you better work.
But I couldn't do any better.
No, exactly.
So who cares?
We are living firmly inside the glass house.
Yeah, I'm not the Violet Chachki guest of this episode.
No.
Everyone, I'm just going to be like, you came out in something. Well done.
So next we had the Disco House.
House of Mirrors.
House of Mirrors.
I think the names are quite funny. I'm into it.
Yeah, because they're all like things that actually are a house of something. It works out. Maybe that's
You can sell them, can't you?
Still hate that, not gonna lie. But we had, first up we had
Dita. She reminds me of a sort of a call girl who just services aristocrats.
Yeah.
And she's so snatched, and she's just like speaks like
quite aloof.
Yes, so I'm taking charge of this week's challenge. And I can imagine her on the sex lines, you know, being like, you've been a very naughty boy, and I want you to tell me. Yeah, exactly,
yeah.
Very that.
But I will say she was giving her beans in the workroom, and I didn't actually love this outfit. I thought the headpiece of all the CDs looked really...
That was good. That was
catching the light, looked really cool. She kind of hated the, like, coward jacket skirts.
Yeah.
I don't like the fabric, I think, as well.
Yeah, no.
It was a bit gauzy.
Yeah, I didn't think that many people did well.
It was actually quite bad overall now that we're talking about it.
Unfortunately, I was like, with the UK girls getting the rep for having kind of crunchy aesthetics, we didn't really do a lot.
Yeah, we're not putting the allegations.
Those allegations.
But
neither, you know, I'm saying this as I'm on your side. You know what I mean? Girls, yeah. I'm on your side. I would be doing the same.
It was a damn for me.
We needed the house of the final one.
Yeah, they were the saving grace for sure. And then obviously we said goodbye to Saki, so the only other person in this house was Release the Slaves. She wore kind of
she
like...
looked okay. No, she
I liked it. It was kind of moo-mooey. It was kind of shapeless.
Like it was the red carpet look.
But I kind of liked the way she styled it. She had no or really short hair, I can't remember. And like the headpiece was similar.
No, she looked good.
She had the gorgeous glowing skin on the arm that was bare.
And she also had a really good placement of being one of the best out of however many people. It was sort of 7 or 8.
Yeah, I think she was the top end of the non-House of Zen people.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
Should she get to camp from me?
Yeah, she gets camp from me too.
And speaking of House of Zen, they gobbled this up.
Yeah, well done, amazing.
Absolutely all of them looked stunning. We'll go one at a time though, obviously. So Chanel, probably have my least favourite of the 3, but that's
didn't
just...
need the necklace,
agree.
in my opinion, but... Yeah.
Virgin or Mother of the Bride.
Yeah. I think she is, that's her drag.
Yeah, she's MILF.
She's quite matron.
I think
not
so.
Matron, like...
Matron in the sense that
she's running the trust fund. She's deciding who's in the trust fund.
I think she intentionally goes for like rich white woman.
Yeah, older. She's like an older character than she's not 20-year-old in drag, is she?
I think that's intentional too.
She's a 40.
But the dress was gorgeous and impressive. Gets a big fat camp.
Yeah, camp. You know what you're doing.
Then Mother Alert. It was Lil.
Marlene Dietrich.
Gender bending, like Monopoly Man, like I said earlier.
Yeah.
Gorgeous. Loved the corset being in the same fabric as everything else. And it was that kind of like crinkly line fabric.
Really, like, and that's not just sewing, it's tailoring. Who's tailoring, we'll get to in a minute, but it's so impressive, the fit, banging.
Love the hat, love the big obnoxious bag with the like...
And the cigarette holder.
What's the word? Like logo?
Yeah, the kind of like money.
It kind of gave like a wax seal look.
It was giving American version Deal or No Deal.
Loved it. Honestly, no notes. I was obsessed.
Yeah, she was a fat cat.
Yeah.
She was a fat cat Tory, you know.
Only in outfit, of course.
In outfit only.
But she was...
I'm sure she's read Hot Labour.
Oh, she mothered so hard. I loved it. Like, big fat camp.
Yeah,
love that
phrase. Moustache twizzle and a thumbs up from me.
Yeah. And then finally we had Marmalade, who also tore this up.
Gitchy, yeah.
It was beautiful.
Yeah, it was a burlesque.
Elegant. flowy.
Yeah, Greta Garbo.
Flowy, but still cinched and like
Silent
shapely.
cinema.
Ethereal is another word I might throw in the ring here. But it is, it's very like, she was floating on air.
She's like an Urte painting.
Yeah, absolutely.
1920s.
Love the way she does her blush as well,
elegance.
because it's kind of just in the highest points of her cheeks, so it's kind of like two little, really harsh
and she has kind of
circles
like,
of pink.
she's very much got an old Hollywood face as well.
Yeah.
She's got like a strong nose and like quite gaunt almost.
Yeah, quite like
gaunt.
fragile looking in a way.
Quite pretty. She did look quite pretty.
She does.
And it was a camp in capital letters, bold and underlined.
So,
With an exclamation point on it.
Yeah. And maybe even like a kiss at the end, just for campness. So, who's your top camp of the week?
Marmalade. Gitchy.
Was it?
Yes.
Mine was Lil, and I'm not just biased, I think again,
Oh, maybe actually
it speaks to my taste a bit more.
Because it was tailored.
Yeah.
It was tailored.
Speaking of
It was swifted.
Sinead O'Connor, the woman that you wore.
Love.
It's
She was
messy.
like, actually, I'm really proud of everyone, the whole presentation. I'm proud about the fact that I did my outfit and I did most of Lil's and I tailored that. I'm proud that I fucked Lil's mum and I gave birth to her. I'm proud that I invented the concept of tailoring itself. And I also provided all the materials for this challenge. So I'm really happy with how we've done. Girl,
Love, but also like hate for the other two, because I would feel the same type of way. I'd be like, did we not divvy it up so that like we all played to our strengths? Like that doesn't mean you did more work. It's great TV.
Yeah, and also, do we think Lil would have not said anything if she was complimented on tailoring and cut and fit?
Yeah, I think if they were like,
you would
the
say,
way
oh,
you
it was
tailored
Chanel,
this.
or you would want the opportunity to say it was Chanel, and then Chanel would jump in at the end saying, by the way,
Yeah.
it was me.
It was
But
messy though.
It was so messy.
Because it's like, yeah, it's what was the foreshadowing earlier was about, was like, they were divvying up the work and they were happy about it, but Chanel still took the perfect opportunity to be like, but I did a little bit more.
Yeah.
Which,
And it was just under the guise of being a team player.
Yeah.
That was the best thing. That was
I want to give everyone credit because this was a
thing
team
about
effort. We all did something. Theirs was
Yeah.
less impressive than mine, but we all did something.
She's like a passive aggressive Miss Hooley.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Dead on.
I want more. I want more.
No, I agreed. And it was like, okay, thank you Chanel for your service. Let's get
And
to
the
the
judges
report.
were eating that behind us when
Exactly.
we went to have the conversation.
Yeah.
Graham Norton was gagged.
Yeah, but I loved it because it just set us right up for a juicy Untucked. So we head to Untucked and we've got the Safe Girls and they're all talking actually. It's
The save was correct. I think I would have made no notes.
yeah, honestly placements I agree with.
Kyran probably used their immunity a lot this week.
Yeah.
Zahara and got pushed down one, but I kind of enjoyed seeing her defend herself on the runway.
Do you think that Zahara would have been safe otherwise?
Yeah.
I agree, yeah. I think the bottom three would have been Octavia, Kiki and Kyra.
Yeah.
But Kyran's safe
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
So yeah, the placements were all correct, I would say.
Sure.
And they were also speculating about who made what in the winning team, like who was...
Well, they all knew because it's.
That's what I mean.
Dita was like, but she didn't make it.
Yeah.
I think it was Chanel.
But I think it's a collective challenge, so I honestly don't really have a problem with that. And
No, and
you
they
know,
said that it was the rules. They could do what they wanted. They
Yeah.
mixed it, everyone did a bit of
It's a team
everything from
challenge.
everyone.
there's never really any, unless it's negative, usually positively, there's never really any discourse around who pulled the weight. Like if they're the winning team in a group acting challenge, no one's like, oh, I did most of the writing because they're just happy to be in the top.
Yeah, exactly. That's true.
But usually it's not a sewing challenge, that's the group challenges, so I think it may be allowed for a bit more like back and forth of like, well, I did more sewing, I had more of a creative vision.
Well, they brought up a good point because Chanel put herself in the worst look of the three.
Agreed!
And that's your fault, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That is your own problem, even though you look fine. You should have tailored yourself something.
Yeah.
Or, you got yourself in a Marlene.
Or fought for a better category.
Yeah,
So
or got the
fought to
burlesque
have a
look
better
on or whatever.
Yeah.
But that's your business.
Yeah, I think that Kyron was dead on when they were like, well, she kind of should have made Lil's look for herself if she made Lil's look. Because
Yeah, and because if she can tailor, I know keep banging about tailoring as if I just learned the word yesterday. But
well, kind of have.
my housemate, who is a fashion designer, did say that that is the hardest thing to do. It's another level.
Yeah.
So you showcase that on yourself.
For sure.
If you're not getting points, you know.
Yeah. And then we have the tops and bottoms come back in, which obviously we've seen the episode, no one's going home, but at this point they don't know that. So I think Octavia and Kiki, they keep quite cool and calm, but they're breaking it probably.
But and I'm ready to see them work it out, smash their pussy down on the floor.
Especially if it's a good song.
Maybe.
You broke the tension. Especially if it's tension.
Baby, break the tension.
You motherfucking broke the tension. Deep cut.
I'm gonna cash out.
Yes, deep cut, but the right person to say deep cut to. So yeah, I was ready to see a battle between those two to that song.
Yes.
I also, we'll get to it, but I hate three-way lip syncs.
There's no space on this stage.
Yeah.
Also, lip sync for the win, they don't really have the same fire.
No. What would have been more fierce, I think, and I'm sure you'll agree, is if they'd have just done the bottom as normal. Still not eliminated anyone.
Because you know they both would have turned it enough.
It would have been potentially like a lip sync for the ages. Like they're both dancers.
These producers need to stop passing the crack pipe under the table.
Yeah.
And think about the reality TV they're making. But I know what they were doing.
Yeah.
Because if I can move on to that part, obviously Lil got the badge for the win. That's what we find out.
Yeah.
I would obviously have given it to Marmalade based on like design purely alone, but they made them all lip sync. It was fine. The other option would have been better, but they want to crack Miss Chanel O'Connor.
Exactly.
They want to crack her diabetes style.
Yes.
And they want to unravel.
Because all the discourse in Untucked was
like a Tunnock's tea cake. They want to rip off the layer and suck out the marshmallow.
Ooh.
So do I.
Not my tuck. Zahara was safe, silly.
Chanel can get it too.
Yes,
She's cute.
to be fair, yeah.
She's proper cute.
You're like one from each team that you would, you know.
And no, just them two for me. Them two for me.
But,
which is weird because I'm kind of like, you know, I like my like men with mortgages.
Yeah.
And a bit of blubber.
But now you're having a bit of a punch on for mid-20s pumped, seemingly bottoms.
You know, there's always room for change. That's what we can say. Don't know what's going on with me.
Yeah, so
where's my Venus? Where's my Uranus?
And in your case, it would be a loose change. But yeah, there was a lot of discourse in talked about whether Chanel or Marmalade was going to be the winner, which just made it all the more delicious when it was Lil.
And also, Lil is actually my favourite.
I think Lil looked the best as well.
In terms of like not the competition, drag style, personality, that's who I want to win.
And I just don't think it matters who did what, and Chanel said it, I respect her saying it, making it known what she was responsible for. But at the same time, you all looked fierce, you were clearly the winning group. My favourite look was Lil's, and then in the lip sync, it was Kylie, Tension, Banger, for one, would love to lip sync to that song. But I don't think anyone really turned it out that much. So I think...
But I feel sad for Marmalade. I think she was maybe robbed a bit, and I think this is her. That was her best chance to get a badge. Probably that was her strength.
I could see her doing well at comedy. Like she was a bit corny in week 1 in the talent show, but she seems to be quick-witted.
Not that McDonald's advert.
It's like the screaming.
Spoken word. Here's for the lid lickers.
The
beef flippers.
The abysmal McDonald's.
The rock and rollers. The abscess molars. Oh come on now, not this.
Yeah, no. But I think she's, despite that, I think she's quite quick and funny and intelligent. Like, I think she might, I mean, I don't know how long I think she's going to last. I do enjoy her, but I can see her, like, surprising us. And
she looks quite pretty.
I could see her doing well at, like, the reading challenge, to be honest.
Yeah. Silent but deadly.
I could see a lot of them being good at the reading challenge. They're all quite shady. But lip sync wise, even in that, actually, I think she had a few, like, funny moments. And Lil was just pooching about giving puss, which...
She was mugged out of mind.
I love just
very. She popped a Valium and just went to Untuck, chilled out, and then mugged on stage. Love.
And walked away with a badge.
Yeah. That's how you do it, ladies.
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
Love you, Lil.
Come on, pick a lily.
Please win the whole season. I would love it. You are my front runner, my favourite, my angel thus far. So.
The sister that I never had.
Yeah.
The mother that everybody.
Not rooting for any of the ones that I knew before. I'm rooting for you, girl. But yeah, I mean, I think it was a great episode. Certain challenges can be a bit of a dud sometimes for me. I actually think there was a lot of meat, there was a lot of juice, a lot of flavour.
Yeah, the runway started off rough.
Yeah.
And I was a bit worried.
Yeah.
How we were going to represent ourselves to the world, but You know what? I'm still really looking
Christmas
forward to this
Eve.
series of Drag Race. Glad no one went home again.
Agree.
But we have to kick a bitch out next time.
Yeah, if it's another non-limb, I won't be happy, but
It'll be giving Candy News season.
Yeah, oh my god.
Season 13.
Everyone stays.
No, we need. I want to see somebody cry and do a lipstick mirror message.
Yeah. What are you rating the episode out of 10?
I think I'd give it a 7 out of 10.
I would say same. 7 to 8, but not quite
Yeah.
8. Because 8 feels like top tier.
Because Marmalade and Lil's looks were amazing, but I feel like there wasn't. I don't know. Maybe Marmalade, but there wasn't one that it's in the books. You know. There wasn't like a Davina De Campo like granny bag.
True.
There wasn't a Utica sleeping bag moment.
No, you are correct. Yeah.
So.
I think
Stone challenge.
In terms of like an episode of reality TV, it was pretty strong.
Yeah, with
challenge, performance, and execution, maybe not.
More character development.
Agreed.
Chanel cracking a bit more.
I'm sure it's coming.
Zahara.
Zahara being your little pumped obsession. We love you, Zahara. We think
She's just had so many E numbers.
Yeah.
I love that for her.
And CC numbers as well.
And I think, but I need Chara to. You know.
Yeah, I won't break out moment for Chara.
I think she's needing it.
I think she'll do well at like.
I think she'll get it.
I can see her doing well at like an
She's warming up.
Comedy. Like she is a funny girl. She's a good host.
I want some vulnerability from. I want to know more about Dita.
Yeah.
Because she has got a long story. Long story. So. You know, who's a doctor for the start? She looks incredible.
Yeah. What is the fountain of youth, and how did she get access to it?
Which child did she drink blood of?
Exactly. Charity. Octavia.
Octavia.
No, Octavia is Rue's Horcrux. Rue is using Octavia to stay alive. Just dragging her eyebrows whenever he gets a chance. You know what gets me through my day? Bullying a 21-year-old. Honestly, so real.
I'll try it sometime.
Koko Popperz, my angel, my everything. I'm so happy to have you on the channel.
Thank you. It's been an honour to make my debut.
I
I'm
mean,
sure I'll be here again.
It was when I knew I was doing a new project. It was how do I incorporate Koko?
Yeah, when she can't
and
DJ.
When. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It was never a case of if. I always knew I wanted you to be on because.
Well, thanks. I'm excited to
Who's doing it?
see the rest of these episodes.
I know. I'm excited to see the first one.
You're doing what you do best. Gobbing off.
Exactly. Rue always says it on
reading people with no skills like yourself.
Exactly. She's always talking about like channeling your energy into applying it to all the challenges. This is just me finding another avenue to be a rotted cow.
Yeah.
But potentially get some clout and maybe even money off it, you know? We'll see about
the attention, so yeah. Thank you.
Looking gorgeous. I love you, my sister. Bye. Thank you for tuning in, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.